Give him the forecast.
Omega level threat detected.
Ancient sands, heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred!
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
The following video contains strong sexual content and is rated M for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Whew, child. You know that you are in the zone when 2 hours go by while working out. I didn't even realize I had been in the gym so long. And I attribute that to, let me tell y'all something. You know how you know that music has made a big impact in your life? Here's one way you can tell. When you are playing music that you have not heard in many, 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 many moons, that muscle memory will have you so surprised, because I was really shocked that I was able to damn near word for word, knowing exactly where those drops were going to be at in songs that I haven't heard in millennia. Okay? Getting my life. Every single song. I just was playing some R&B, old school R&B and hip hop playlists from YouTube Child. And when I tell you, I ran through like 2 of them playlists. And that was like 2 hours. Oh my God, just getting my life. Not wanting it to stop. Just lost in the old school sauce. Okay? Yes, honey. Songs I have, man, and shit that I have never actually played on my own, but things that I grew up listening to around me and the different, you know, because I lived with old school black folks, child, in almost every foster home. Even in the group homes I lived at, there was old school black folks working now. Okay? And when I tell you, just like that muscle memory will have you just like, okay, hey, you know, I was getting my things. So shout out to the old school stuff. I'll be trying to tell y'all, that stuff will forever be classic. That stuff will ever like ground you, tether you to, you know, once upon a time. You know, this new stuff, it don't have that hold. It don't have that power. And again, I know a lot of young people watching, but child, that's that old people shit. No, you'll one day, hello God, one day, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, period. I'm kind of glad I got a good workout in. My back has just been a mess lately, this whole week. I was attributing it to, you remember I told y'all I increased everything in terms of just weights. I've increased everything I do. And about a week and a half ago, and then my back started kind of hurting a little bit. And for those that don't know, I've always had, not always, I got into a car accident like back in 2010, 2011, around that time. Some bitch ran into me, child, and I just haven't not been the same since. My back just be hurting. It just hurts. I can go many months without it doing nothing, but then all of a sudden it'll just start hurting for like a week or 2 straight, sometimes a month straight. The only things that normally help is a good workout. And if I'm feeling, you know, nowadays, if I'm feeling the bottom fever, hello God, you know, that good old arch, honey, and daddy wears you out real quick, and he's holding you. Hello God, those hands go to sliding down thine back, and it feels like you're getting a massage while being worn the entire hell out. Okay. But then my back goes to hurting a little bit after that. But once the euphoria is gone, child, okay? Hello, God, that tantalizing sensation is gone, honey. My back goes back to hurting. And then we might have to do a round 2, 3, and 4. And hey, I ain't ever mad at that. Okay. But I'm kind of sick and tired of this back pain, to be honest with y'all. Yesterday didn't help either. So yesterday, Saturday, I got off work at 7 a.m. I drove almost 3 hours to go visit my nephew. You know, his birthday was this week earlier. So I just went up there to, you know, bring him his birthday gifts and to visit him. And then, like, damn near at the last minute, they announced that they have a game. So, and it was a home game. So I was like, while I'm here, I might as well attend the game. Child, let me tell you something. These stadiums, high school too, wherever there is bleachers, why y'all act like y'all couldn't just build backs to them things? You know, just please, just build a back. Sitting in that position for almost, 2 to 3 hours is just so uncomfortable. And a bitch with back problems, it's definitely not helpful. And I was exhausted. Because mind you, Friday I went to work at 11, got off at 7 Saturday morning, drove almost 3 hours, right? I thought I could take a nap when I got there, but like I said, things kind of, were moving quickly. And before you know it, we had to kind of jet out of there. I could have stayed, but I was like, if I fall asleep and take a nap, because the game didn't start until like 3. I got there around like 10:30-ish. But they had to head out around like 12. So I was like, I could take a nap. Even my nephew suggested it, but I was like, if I crash now, I'm done. Bitch, I'm going to be waking up and it's going to be time for me to get in the car and come home. Like, if I'm going to be here, I might as well watch the game. I might as well support you. I might as well. You know what I mean? Child. But yeah, I sat through that game. So, okay. I could have took a nap in my car. So let's just get down to the real tea, okay? Because I'm a whore. Bitch. Okay, y'all know I'm a whore. Okay. So let's tell the truth, honey. We're going to get into some nasty talk. The warnings have already, hello God, the disclaimer has already been exclaimed, honey. Okay, hello God. So let's get right into the things of those things, okay? So I had about almost 2.5 hours to spare because obviously my nephew had that pregame shit that they do. They run through film, they practice a little bit, they got to get dressed. There's this whole like preamble they got to go through, child, before the game actually starts. So in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna park, get some rest, and set my alarm, child. No. So I had hopped on, the good old, the applications, girl. Hello God. And as soon as I got on there, bing, 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 bing. I was like, girl, you can tell, like, whenever you're somewhere new, if you have the apps and you travel sometimes and you go to new areas, honey, new lands, hello God, you can, when you get hit up like that, especially as a top, it's almost as if the bottoms can smell, they can sense new fresh meat. Even the tops too, if you go in as a bottom or reverse or whatever, you can tell, honey, you get hit up. Because everybody was hitting me up. I was like, damn, I only been on here like a couple of seconds and I'm already bing, 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 bing. Girl, okay. So they trying to hurry up and get to me. Fresh meat. Hello God, in a new area. So this fine ass, I can't even really call him a bottom. I just think he wanted to eat some wood, child, to be honest with you. Because he did not, everything about him gave top energy. He was fine as hell. So don't judge me. Well, then again, y'all know I don't give a damn. he was one of the a student of the college. Okay. He was there supporting his brother, I think. I think his brother was on the team. I'm not going any further than that because, girl, please. Fine as hell. Just fuck all that. Honey, his mouth was of that of a suction cup. When I tell you, he must be studying dickology. Hello, God, girl, cockology, girl. He's a cockologist. Okay, he's about to get his degree, girl, his master's degree, girl, his PhD, girl, in cockology. Throga services, girl. Hello, when I tell you, so we linked up in the stadium bathroom. They have a family restroom and they have the communal shit. So again, nobody was there because we had been there just chilling. It was like I said, 2.5 hours prior to the game starting. So there was much time to kill. There was nobody there. When I tell you, he was like, hey, what's up? You know, let's just go into the little private bathroom, little family restroom. I don't really like public shit because, like, I'm always, girl, I'm not going to jail. Girl, when I tell you that when I see these porn girls, these OF bitches, those girls, like, risking it all for content and then getting arrested, y'all be cruising down to the park, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have done those things in the past. But, like, in grateful, I did not get caught. But as an adult, right? As a fully fledged adult, with responsibilities, with a fuck to give, hello, God, I can't be finding myself in situations like that. You will not catch me in the penny saver, bitch, down to the mugshots, girl, that YB, has been arrested, girl, for indecent exposure, for what do they, I forget the other thing they call it, lewd acts or whatever, girl, and then they'll put you on the damn the Kenneth Petty sex offender registry, girl. I don't have time for that. I don't have no time for that, girl, please, no man. So, girl, no one's here. Literally no one is there. It's just us and a couple of the people chilling in their cars. So I was like, fuck it. So he was already in there waiting. You could tell he's used to this. I love people that are not new to this, but true to this. You know what I'm saying? Hello, God. And even if you are new to this, at least act like you know what you're doing. All right? When I tell you he was already sitting down on the thing, girl, hello, God. Lights was turned down. Turn the lights down low. Let's take it nice and slow. I don't take it nice and slow when I find myself in a public setting. I had already, let's tell the truth, I went the whole week just backed up. I haven't really been feeling, I've been busy and my mind has been busy and I haven't really been horny like that. So I haven't done nothing all week. I haven't even masturbated all week either. So I was backed up. As soon as I walked in, bingo, hello God, he popped it in his mouth and I just went to fucking his throat. Hello, I was punching that throat. And when I mean, he activated that suction cup, hello God, that suction cup option, I guess you can press on his mouth, bitch. And Daddy went to town. Daddy was like Pac-Man. He was eating, he was feasting, girl. I was like, yes. So I was like, bitch, get on your fucking knees. And I pushed his, I grabbed him by the throat and I pushed his neck to the, you know, I turned into rough trade, girl. Okay, I know it's hard for y'all girls to believe, but I turns into rough trade, okay? Grabbed him by his throat, I was like, get on your fucking knees. And I put him against the wall. So he's sitting down basically, well, on his knees, but it's low enough. And he put his arms up, I held his arms back and I just started fucking his throat. About 15, 20 minutes went by and I just released, child, let me tell you, he was gargling and swallowing down all the kids. And then he just kept sucking. And I stayed hard. And then he just kept sucking. 5 more minutes went by. I released onto D again. I said, oh, Bitch, now I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. Child, he got up and walked away. I stayed in the bathroom to give myself a little bird bath because, mind you, the game hadn't started yet. So I'm not gonna, and I don't care if I'm a horror or not. I'm a clean, hygienic type of horror. Okay? So definitely took, I don't know what he had going on. Maybe he had something in his car to clean out his mouth. I don't know what he had going on, but that ain't my problem no more. Okay? I got to worry about me. So I took a little bird, put some soap and water, some paper towels, and gave myself a little bath because I didn't want all that saliva and spit and cum residue, bitch. Clean up. So I cleaned up, child, real well. Went back to the car, smoked a cigarette, listened to some music, and, you know, there we go. I appreciate it. Thank you. He hit me back like right after the game, and he was like, next time you're in town, let me know what's up. I had fun. That was good. I ain't never really had nobody, you know, do that to me before. I was like, all right, cool. So got me a little horror, little cock gobbler. Hello, God. Whenever I go visit my nephew, child. Hello. Oh, Lord. Anyway, child, I've been bored lately, right? So I've just been kind of rewatching things that used to interest me. And y'all know I love my superhero stuff, my Marvel, my DC. I've always favored the animated series of these things, right? Over the live action, because I just really feel like live action, although some have been good, right? They just always seem to fall short. I'm never really excited anymore when they've announced the new live action of some shit. It's the animated, you know, series of these comic book characters and their storylines that always seem to grab my attention. So I've been watching the older versions of Justice League, right? Getting into the Batman, the Superman, the Wonder Woman, like all their individual movie, Green Lantern, the Flash, like the Hawkman, Hawkgirl, J'onn J'onzz, also known as Martian Manhunter, bitch. Like getting into all of their individual shows as well as their collaborative shows like the Justice League. And I just go to thinking to myself, like, well, there's a lot of things that I think while watching this stuff, again, as like a full-fledged adult, right? You catch things you didn't really catch before, and you start laughing at the things that have just always been funny. I just, for the life of me, never really got why the blueprint is there for live action. Why can't y'all just follow those origin stories, those storylines? That's your guide to being able to put together a good live action, right? And we're in 2024, about to move into 2025, right? I don't want to hear the excuse that we don't have the technology. I get that the dream and the dreams and the imagination can run a little more wild when we're talking about animation, right? It's kind of hard to duplicate what we're seeing, you know, powers, fight scenes, the different abilities and that a lot of these heroes and these villains possess, right? It's kind of hard to do that. But when you really think about it, the things that have been able to be accomplished with CGI and utilizing green screen and other types of technology in live action, you can't tell me y'all ain't ready. You have the storylines, and you guys still don't utilize those storylines. The storylines are what has always kept the people interested. That's why you have fans like myself that have been going ham the way that we have over the years, when watching how you guys try to make live actions and you stray away from the origin stories and the things that connected people to them, right? I think DC and Marvel, more specifically DC, I feel like you guys need to explore the alternate versions of the hero characters. Like, take Injustice, for instance. I feel like people would have more fun watching an evil Superman versus some goody two-shoes ass who's always getting his ass slammed and almost beaten. If you ever think about when you watch these animated series shows and they have their alternate, like their alter ego, when they go into like the other universes and other realities, you always get a glimpse of the evil versions of them. Like the evil Batman who uses guns and kills people instead of just interrogating them and saving their life. Superman losing his shit. Wonder Woman. When I tell you, evil Wonder Woman would be hard to beat. Imagine your favorite superheroes with their evil alter egos. I really do think that Marvel and DC, y'all need to really try to tap into that universe a little bit. And I guarantee that way, because think about it, when you have the goody two shoes of it all, child, you can see all the good characters, the reason they're almost getting their ass whooped, the reason a lot of times they fail, the reason why, and I hate to see Superman getting tried the way that he does. Because he's scared to freak out and hurt people. Girl, people are trying to literally destroy the earth. You need to be putting on your best face, okay? And stop worried about holding back. But when we see the evil Superman, there's nothing that he can do. You know what I mean? Y'all need to really tap into that market, I believe, and that way there's no limitations, there's no restrictions. I also believe that is what has attributed to the success of The Boys. People love the idea of Homelander because we think about, like, when we watched Injustice, or you do the story mode and you see an evil Superman, people are tapping into that because there's no holds barred, honey. Like, there's no restriction. This character can finally realize its full potential because they're not worried about the next bitch. Tap into the villains a little bit more. The villain side of these characters a little more. I think it's time to just go out the window with your regular formulas and trying to preserve this whole justice for all and save mankind, and tap into those villain arcs. Because remember, there was a storyline when Storm was evil and she was running around this bitch handling business, girl. It was really hard to defeat her. There are evil versions. Look at Wanda. You see Wanda Maximoff as Scarlet Witch. She's way more interesting to watch than who she was when she was a part of the Avengers, before she became the actual Scarlet Witch. You see the fun that the villains have, right? The reason I feel like we all were tapped into the Avengers live action the way we were is because you had someone like Thanos who just did not give a fuck. And y'all let these characters and their evil ways play out, and you finally made most of them successful. Obviously, we know at the end, good will always prevail, right? But to see a character get so far ahead like we saw Thanos, that's what I think carried those movies a little bit more. Let's just be honest here. I think it's true what they've always said. When you're evil, you have a little bit more fun. So I think both, again, DCU and Marvel, y'all need to really take some notes there. And like, because we live in a different time now, girl. Just holding hands, running through the fields of life, and, you know, everyone's farting clouds, and, you know, it all smells good. And girl, let's go ahead, let's tap into the evil arcs of these characters, girl, their alter egos. I would love to see an evil Batman just running shit in Gotham and everyone just being totally scared shitless. Okay. Speaking of Batman, girl, when I'm watching these old animated shows, I see the fear that Batman, mind you, a total human being, no super strength, no superpowers, what's just very rich, very tactful on how he handles business. Very highly intelligent. I don't think Batman gets enough props for his intelligence and again his tactfulness. But just the way that even Superman in the animated series just always kind of like revered Batman, his presence alone, his stoic nature, just always kind of, even the Flash was just scared of him. And it's just like, y'all do know that y'all could defeat him in like 5 seconds. But just the respect and admiration and the fear that the presence alone of Batman kind of holds over people is very funny to watch. It's very funny to watch. Batman don't give a fuck, girl. Oh, Lord. But, and just watching how they just used to be fighting all these villains, girl, and wearing these hoes out in these cities, and y'all don't ever help with the cleanup. Superman just be like, all right, y'all, I've saved the day. Y'all are alive. At least most of y'all are alive. Let me just fly off and do my shit. Bye, y'all. Y'all got it. And you look at some of these battles that they have, and you're just like, you do know you could have just picked this person up and took them to the desert or flew them to space. Like, it's almost like y'all just really wanted to fuck the city up real quick. And I know those people in those buildings died. Y'all know they passed away. Girl. Let's tell the truth. No one was surviving those buildings crumbling down, girl. Like, I don't care what nobody says. And then again, watching the animated series, like, there's so many different things that DC could focus on. Marvel too. I'm just so disappointed with Marvel. I'm finally realizing the potential of DC if they decide to go the different routes that I feel like they need to go. You could be tapping into that Hawk Girl shit, Starfire. You guys, like with Teen Titans, the live action on HBO Max when it was out, although the last 2 seasons were that whole Starfire arc, I really felt like y'all could be really tapping into a lot. The Hawk Girl arc, Zatanna and her dad, Dr. Fate. There are just so many different avenues that I feel like you guys could go down that would be very successful if done the right way. Because I just think, I love Superman. Y'all know that's my favorite of all time. I love me some Superman. But there's more to DC than just Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. And the fact that I feel like you guys always miss the mark when you make those particular movies about those girls. John Jones, there's a whole storyline in him and his relationship with Superman that I feel like was tapped into when we watch Superman and Lois, or Lois, whatever that show is called on CW. I'm waiting for this final season to come out on Max because I have to watch the episodes back to back to back. Just a note real quick. This is probably Lois and Clark, or not Lois and Superman, or Superman and Lois, whatever, girl, is the best live action show for Superman. I know that y'all love Smallville. I hated Smallville. I feel like this is the best one yet. The way that they're handling business through and through is just so genius. You can tell they actually care about the storylines. They're just, the way that they're grabbing from different moments throughout the Superman history, girl, like, and they're making it their own. It just goes to show you that you can do this. If done right, y'all could make good ass live action shit. I don't know what y'all problem is. Even Supergirl, in my opinion, was a really good live action show. It got a little cheesy and corny. You can tell the budget was, they were like, we're already spending an arm and a leg on the Superman live action show, so we got to kind of cut some coins. But Supergirl was good. I didn't like the actress for it, though, to be honest with you. But whatever. But y'all got the potential. You have everything you need, require, and desire to really go forth and make better shows and movies. I don't know why And there's talks about Robert Pattinson coming back to play that Bat. Please leave that depressing ass, pale-skinned ghost figure where he's been. Leave him in the vampire world, girl. Do not have Robert Pattinson come back as Batman again. Fire everyone who did that last Batman, because it was horrible. Horrible. Anyway, I'm running my mouth at this point. That's all I really had on me to talk about. Y'all be blessed and never stressed. Remember, the health is truly wealth. I gotta go get something to eat. I gotta go home and take a shower. And yeah. All right, y'all. Love you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, girl. What's left of it. Okay. Yeah. Take care. Bye.